Thank you very much. Let me start by thanking Mr. Arpit Chadda, the Vice Chairman of I.T.S, Dr. Pandey, for inviting me on this momentous occasion of the summit on cybersecurity, issues of concern for business, challenges, opportunities, and remedies. It's heartening to hear from Dr. Pandey that there are participants from 17 different countries in this, and it speaks volumes of the effort put in by the team I.T.S on this seminar or the summit, whatever you want to call it. I'm sure most of you must have attended a large number of seminars, discussions on cyber security. It's an in thing now. But looking at the program of this summit and the eminent speakers that you have invited, I feel this one will be a little different from the normals. And I'm sure at the end of the seminar, you will walk away from here with a different appreciation of the laptop that is on your table now, of the phone that you carry 24 hours nowadays, the businesses that you are involved in, and about the banks in which you hold your money, hard-earned money. The word cyber is now deeply entrenched in our language, in our mindset. Today, we live in an age of a technology. Dr. Pandey explained it to us. And we depend on this technology for every aspect of our life. Maybe starting from national security to the economic health of the country, economic health and well-being of your family, for your own personal well-being. In fact, the very fabric of our society is defined by the technology that we depend on. That is the inroads that technology has made in our life. But then this very technology will continue to work as we intend it to work if we protect it from being hacked, if we protect it from being manipulated, or if we protect it from being controlled from outside by somebody inimical to you. Protecting this technology upon which we depend should be our priority, should be the priority of the government, should be the priority of the business and the industry. Dr. Pandey just spoke about introducing of various systems which organizations are going through. The academia, more importantly, this is extremely important, and every individual who has a smartphone in his pocket. And this is where another important word gets linked to technology and cyber, and that is the cyber security. Therefore, technology, cyber, and cyber security are intimately intertwined. Must remember that they cannot be looked at separately. The issue of cybersecurity is thus as vital to our way of life as the technology itself. If you can't live without technology, you cannot live without cybersecurity today. This summit, I am sure, will serve as a guide for you all to the greater sphere of cybersecurity. In this sphere of business, that is the main topic of yours, which is an important part of today's discussion. If you are an executive or would be an executive, if you are a board member or would be a board member, business leader, or a simple IT professional, this is an important opportunity to verse yourself with the ecosystem that exists in the world, to verse yourself with the threats and opportunities that will be explained to you during the course of the day in order to deal with issues and responsibilities around cybersecurity within your own organization, within your own family, within whatever setup you are in. This seminar should also be able to provide the basics and a clear overview of how cybersecurity relates to you as an individual. Today, we are at the crossroads as we move from a society already entwined with the internet to the age of automation. and to the age of AIs, as Dr. Pandey said just now. As I said, we are becoming totally dependent on technology. Not good, but it is a fact. It's a reality we must appreciate. While this technology is bringing ever greater benefits to us, to our society, it is also bringing ever greater threats. It has become a focal point for cybercrime. It is also bringing a focal point for industrial espionage, focal point for cyber attacks. And in the hands of less than, I'm being decent here, in the hands of less than favorable organization, people who, or let us say, of the criminals, it will be, let me go one step further. In the hands of individuals, governments, or organization, this technology could be turned against us. Therefore, protecting it from these such people is should be a priority to ensure that this very technology works the way we want it to work. Today, when you read reports of crippling fully automated infrastructure, look what happened to the bomb in Bombay. People are blaming it on now on China doing it. I don't know. Nothing has come out officially, but there's talk about it. Report of multi-million dollars bank thefts. Report of million users and password user details and passwords leaked on the web page, or scams of milking millions from the vulnerable people. What you are actually reading about is the lack of cyber security, about failure to protect our systems, about failure to protect our processes and data, thereby enabling exploitations of ourselves. Cyber security, therefore, must underpin every technology that we develop, every gadget that is developed, every application, or every information that we store somewhere. Indians are more than just a lucky country. We are early adopters. We are tenacious inverters. We are a nation with the skill and talent to lead the world in cybersecurity, and with the right mix of leadership and commitment and academia, we as it is lead the world in IT. And cybersecurity is a part of it. Individual play. I'm talking to each one of the participants. Remember, we the humans are inherently complex and multifaceted creatures with our own agenda to trusting. We trust each other too much. We need to appreciate that even the most hardened system can be breached through social engineering. Amount of secure network topologies or the firewalls or security software can email link. You just heard the example given by Dr. Pandey. Or being convinced to give out his or her login details over the phone by someone pretending to be from your bank or from your IT organization. This is where the human hacking comes in. And so, as a result, cybersecurity isn't just about technology defenses. It's also about people. It is also about us. From the home user through the industry to the government, everyone needs a basic understanding of cyber threats and how to recognize them. Something which comes under the umbrella of a digital literacy. That is important. We're talking of DBTs every day. We're talking of so many things. We need to educate our people. Also, Combating cybersecurity is a multidisciplinary affair with that spans from hardware to software through policies and people, as we just saw. All of it is aimed at preventing cyber crimes occurring in the first place or minimizing its effect thereafter. But it is important to appreciate that there is no silver bullet in this. Cyber security is constantly evolving, is constantly active process, just like the threat which we aim to prevent. There is a constant race between the two all the time. Therefore, one fact that remains very clear is that cyber threat and consequently cybersecurity is only going to increase as we develop technologically. As we integrate technology further into our own lives, the opportunities for abuse also grows. And that is why most modern countries are now treating cyberspace as another military domain, in addition to the land, air, and sea power, as brought out by Dr. Pandey just now. Now we are in the age where governments, political groups, criminals, even the corporates can engage in cyber espionage, cyber warfare, cyber terrorism. We now live in a world where warfare can be conducted entirely virtually, as we are discussing now. But then the consequences almost always have in one of the sessions. What are the challenges that the nation and the business enterprises face in this way? And in my mind, the first and foremost challenge is the leadership. Lack of leadership is a key challenge, if only because it takes a concerted effort to recognize the threat and take action. The government, where they believe that it is, appreciate that it is an important facet to be taught to the students. Therefore, leadership is required to tackle the issues of cyber security and to ensure we can adequately protect the foundation of trust upon which we all depend. Next challenge is collaboration. If there is one lesson that you can learn from the cyber criminals, is that what is called is collaboration is king. It is a fact that cyber criminals work together exceptionally well. They collect stolen data in the open market, where they work together to develop new hacking techniques for infiltrating into your systems. However, by contrast, when you look at the people who are being attacked are siloed security vendors, competing products. You don't want to tell each other what is your system. There is very little cooperation between the government and the industry in this. It has started increasing now, but still there's tremendous scope to increase this. Organization, companies, businesses are afraid to share the fact that they have been hacked for the fear of impacting their business, their share prices. And unless you exchange this, somebody else will get it. Collaboration is important because keeping breach secret not only helps the attacker. If a breach isn't made public, it can be used against the next company and the next, and it goes on till it becomes general knowledge. In order to stop it, free sharing of information amongst the business and enterprises regarding cybersecurity. I'm not sharing everything. Among cybersecurity professionals and among security software vendors is essential. May huge thing to say practically. And awareness as we move with the knowledge economy need to expand degree of specific to cybersecurity disciplines at the university level, which you are doing, I know. And we need to increase emphasis on entrepreneur business skills that will help to get today's youth to track for roles of cybersecurity industry as well as the ICT at large. Education must also include embedding cybersecurity in work practices. As you just brought out, Dr. Pandey, that 50, when you discussed with these 50 odd organization they are implementing, that should form a part of your education in the education institutes. Next challenge, of course, is privacy, discussed in part earlier. There has to be an appreciation of the fact that in today's digital world, services come at the cost of privacy. There is an inherent trade-off. And while the privacy over data is extremely important, we must factor it into our solutions to cybersecurity also. Where necessary, reviewing the laws and regulations to facilitate better communication and collaboration for the purpose of cybersecurity may be required. Therefore, when you are looking at the road ahead, it is clear that cybersecurity is pivotal to both the economic future of our country and indeed the very fabric of our society. As we develop and embrace more and more technology, cybersecurity will become even more important. In conclusion, I would like to say that ensuring a secure and successful environment ultimately comes down to every government, every business, every academic institute, and every individual across the world. This is for the 17 odd country participants. All are targets to cybercrime. Cybersecurity is all about processes and procedures, is about good government regulations, is about skilled and qualified IT staff in your own organizations, is about education on common scams and how to avoid them. Finally, I will end by saying what the Sony's boss had said about hacking of the PlayStation network and theft of personal data way back in 2011. And it's valid today and will be valid all throughout our life. He had suggested that it might not be possible to for any company to be 100% secure. It's valid today. And described the attack as the beginning and the shape of things to come in the future. We are saying the same thing today also. He said, it is not a brave new world. It's a bad new world. It's true today also and will be true for the future. What it boils down to is that when it comes to security, you can never completely eliminate the risk. You can only minimize and mitigate it. Therefore, ultimately, for majority of cases, the security is about making the cost of entry higher than the value of the assets being protected. I will end here with wishing you the very best for the